ARCR, Average Rookie Card Rankings from 2025 Top Series 1. Happy hobby, I'm David Gonson. If you're a sports card collector and you're working on a limited budget and Topps flagship is your thing, like it is my thing, like it is a lot of the collectors on this channel, then this is the YouTube series for you because we try to help those people that are not abundantly rich, affluent people that like to collect cards but they don't have a lot of money to do it. Today, we are talking about the average rookie card rankings of 2025 Top Series 1 rookie cards. What does that mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Dave. Well, we did this last year. It became pretty popular. So it's ARCR, the Average Rookie Card Rankings. We looked at multiple sites. In this case, davidgonis.com, this YouTube channel, Scotty B Cards, which is the biggest YouTube channel for card collectors, Card Lines, and Topps Ripped. All four of us ranked the rookie cards from this series, Topps 2025 Top Series 1. So we all ranked the rookie cards, what the best ones to get are. And what I'm doing here is I'm compiling them all together and getting an average rookie card rankings. If you play fantasy baseball or fantasy football, you've heard of ADP, the average draft position. That's basically all the drafts, and they mash them together. And this is where the player gets average, where he gets drafted on average. So that's what this is basically based off of. So we're going to get right into it. Now, this 2025 Top Series 1, there's a lot of rookie cards. It's not a huge, deep class. I ranked top 15 on my, so you can watch that video right there. Gets a little more in depth on the players. It's on my website, davidgons.com. So there's some good players in here. It's not a horrible series, but there are definitely top shelf, middle shelf, and then some guys down below. So what's interesting is by doing this ARCR, we get to see who some other content creators think is a better rookie than what I think, or vice versa, where they like them, where I don't like them, and so forth. So I made a chart. I'll have this up. I'll put this up in a second, but I'll have this up for most of the video. But it basically shows the card number, shows the player's age from when the season begins. It shows his average ranking among the four channels. And then it shows where each of us rank that particular player. So we'll go ahead and get started. First off, obviously, Dylan Cruz is the number 4 prospect in baseball right now. He's going to be starting in right field for the Nationals. He did play 31 games in 2024. Got 12 stolen bases. Interesting note from the offseason is he added 15 pounds. Now, this is one of the best college hitters of the past decade, and he just added some bulk to him. So we'll see if that affects his steals, which I don't mind as long as it bumps up his power numbers. That'd be pretty cool. And then we go over to his teammate, number 2, James Wood. Now, if you look at the averages, obviously they're close to each other. And if you look at where everybody ranked, Scotty B is the only one that ranked James Wood number 1. But they're both, these two players, both Nationals outfielders, are ranked as the top 2 rookie cards to get out of this series. So that should tell you those are the guys you want. Pretty much those consensus that those two are the best. Now, James Wood, he had a 383 on-base percentage from July 27th to the end of the year, which was 3rd in the National League last year. And the cool thing is, my man's still growing. He's just 22 years old starting the season. 9 home runs, 14 bases in just 79 games. Going into this season, he's ranked as a top 15 fantasy outfielder just ahead of Wyatt Langford. So it should give you an idea of more than just what card collectors think, but what fantasy players think as well. Okay, so now also interesting, those 2 guys were the top 2 guys. The third guy, Coby Mayo, who's a corner infielder for the Baltimore Orioles, everyone ranked him as the 3rd best card to get. So right off the bat, you already know those are the 3 cards you want. Cruz, Wood, Mayo. That sounds like some kind of celebrity condiment of some sort. But this is what you need to know. Cruz, Wood, Mayo. Those are the guys you want. Now, Mayo, while there was a debate over the top 2, everyone agrees Mayo's the 3rd best. He struggled, very similar to Jackson Holliday. He struggled with the Baltimore Orioles once he was called up. But He's 6'5", 230 pounds. He has a 70 power. Like he's graded at 70 for power. He just needs a position, really. Some people have compared him to Nolan Arenado, which is interesting. That's pretty good. We'd be happy with something like that. But he does need to find a position in Baltimore. Baltimore's loaded with young guys, so they're trying to fit some guys in there. We'll see how that ends up for Coby Mayo. Now we move on to the fourth. You'll see these averages as we go through these. It's kind of, it doesn't go just off the average because we'll get to the number 6 guy, but you'll see some of these move around a little bit. But Jacob Wilson, shortstop for Oakland, well, shortstop for the A's, that should say, as they are no longer in Oakland. But he is Jack Wilson's son, Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop's son. He's a back of the order hitter right now. He's more of a contact guy. I see this guy as being something exciting once the playoffs happen. I mean, if the Pirates if the Athletics get into the playoffs at some point, I see him being an exciting player, doing some exciting things, which one day could earn him some more collectability. Right now, he's 4th on the list of top 3. Does that make sense? Like he's one of the other guys, really. The second tier we're talking. Number 5 on this list is interesting. It's Brooks Lee, the second baseman for Minnesota Twins. He had a herniated disc last year. It slowed him down, obviously. Again, another back of the order guy. We hope to someday provide some top of the order action. What I want to point out is he's ranked 5th here. Only Topps ranked him 5th. The rest of us ranked him 7th among the average rookie card, among the rookie card rankings. So that tells you that once we get into the second tier, you can see the spacing, the open spaces at the players below. There's some players that just weren't ranked, so they got bumped down considerably because 1 or 2 people didn't rank them. So that made Brooks Lee move up because everyone did rank him among their top 7. So while he's ranked 5th here, 3 of us think he's a top 7 guy, if that makes sense. Number 6, here's another blank space. Now, this is someone I didn't rank. I missed ranking this guy. I should have probably had him higher. He's a patient switch hitter, looking to lock down second base for the Rockies at some point. But I don't really see what the others see. Now, something that's important to note here. Look at Amador and look at Brooks Lee. Amador is going to be 21 years old when the season starts. Brooks Lee is going to be 24. So that's a 3-year difference. That's a big difference. That's a lot of growing, a lot of more reps. Like Amador is going to have a lot more when he's 24 years old. He should have a better future ahead of him than Brooks Lee does at this point. So I just want you to keep those age things in mind. You see, I made the younger guys green and the older guys in red farther down. But that's important when you're talking about rookie card rankings because the younger they are, and when they get into the majors, the better chance they have of building up their counting stats. And counting stats, that's a big part of getting into the Hall of Fame someday. If you can rack up this many home runs and this many RBIs or this batting average, well, batting average isn't really a counting stat, but if you can hit 3,000 hits, like those are things that when you build up those counting stats, they count towards your Hall of Fame induction. So I just wanted to point that out. Number 7, our first pitcher, Rhett Lowder for the Cincinnati Reds. Now he's already having elbow issues, but it's not structural damage, they said recently, and it's probably just precautionary stuff. The Reds are going to be cautious with this guy. They've seen over the past few years a lot of these hard-throwing pitchers come in, and it's a short stint to start, and then they get Tommy John surgery, then they continue out their career. It looks like they're trying to be extra cautious with Rhett Lowder. Number 8, Connor Norby. Now, this is a guy who I thought initially he's the 4th best. I have him as the 4th best guy right behind Coby Mayo. He's been a hot prospect for a few years now. He should see tons of at-bats for Miami, possibly hitting as high as 2nd in the order for them, which gives him a great opportunity to see a ton of pitches, a ton of run-scoring opportunities. He's going to have some RBI opportunities. The Marlins shouldn't be very good at all this year, and to be honest with you, Norby's not really great at anything, but I do think he has an opportunity to shine this year. Number 9, Jace Jung for Detroit Tigers. Now, again, I ranked him 5th. I had him high up. Now, if you look at tops, they didn't rank anybody after the top 5. It's all empty. So they only ranked 5 players. So everyone after that, it's pretty much just an average of the 3 that did rank him. Sort of. It's kind of how it is. So anybody that, like for instance, Jace Jung got ranked by all 3 other sites that weren't tops ripped, and I had him 5th, someone 9th, someone 14th. He averages around 9th. That's kind of the middle of the road, right? Detroit lost out on Alex Bregman, though, so that should give Jace Jung an opportunity to at least win that starting third baseman job. But it's a little worrisome. He doesn't have a ton of power, and that's something you usually would need for a third baseman. His brother, Josh Jung, is a third baseman for the Rangers, so maybe he can share some tips, give him some help. He needs to concentrate on defense a little bit. He hurt his wrist last year, which may have been part of the reason why he was struggling at the plate. And he did get wrist surgery in October, so maybe that's been corrected. Maybe he'll get some power back in 2025. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, this next guy, Spencer Schwellenbach, he's the third guy in the Braves rotation right now because they lost out on a couple players. They lost out on Max Fried and Charlie Morton. So right away, Schwellenbach moves up to that third spot in that order. This is a World Series caliber ball team. So, you look at how Atlanta worked with Spencer Strider. Schwellenbach, he throws 6 different pitches, and of those 6 pitches that he threw, 5 of them provided positive run value, according to MLB.com. So that's great. That's awesome. He has a nice arsenal, so to speak. Okay, so now we get down into the outside of the top 10. We just ran through the top 10. Now we get past that. Jhonkensy Noel, love his big bat, love his personality. I've mentioned before, I see like a little bit of Big Papi in him. Dominican with a big personality, big smile. He's a hitter without a position right now. But he crushes the ball. His max exit velocity of 115.9 ranks among the top 3% of all major leaguers last year. He can crush the ball. He just needs to play. He just needs to get a position to play, whether it's right field, first base, DH, and they need to squeeze him in there somewhere. Number 12, Orelvis Martinez. Now, he had a 80-game suspension for PEDs last year after a game. Good power, middle infielder, could start at third base for Toronto, though. It's interesting, Chris Clegg over at the Dynasty Dugout, which is a Substack, thedynastydugout.com, which is a Substack newsletter. It's great. He does an awesome job. Fantasy stuff, but it's Dynasty fantasy. And the reason I point that out is, as baseball card collectors, that's what we're interested in, is Dynasty. Who are the best players over the long haul? Who are the guys we want to invest in, like a Dynasty fantasy league would? Orelvis Martinez, he's high on him. He has him as having 30 home run potential. Chris Clegg does. So Clegg scouts a lot of this stuff, so I'll take his word for it. That's pretty good. I had him ranked really low. I had him 14th. Because of that suspension, didn't know what to expect after that. We'll see. We'll see what he does now that he's back. He's already hit a home run in spring training. It's been a day or two, so that's pretty cool. And Ben Rice, right after that, 13th. He's 26 years old, and he's still looking for a position. Catcher, first base. He's trying to find a spot in that Yankees lineup. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but look at Giancarlo Stanton. Like, they have some beat-up guys, so older fellas, so maybe he'll get some at-bats because of that. Then we look farther down. Justin Henry Malloy, he's 25. Adrian Del Castillo, he's 25. Now, Del Castillo, he's a catcher. Catchers come up a little later in their careers. So 25 years old for a catcher, not quite a big deal, not as big of a deal, but catchers aren't really that collectible to begin with. So take that for what it is. Then we got a couple more pitchers after that. And Nacho Alvarez Jr., shortstop for Atlanta. I want to mention him because Scotty B. Cards threw him in at the end, and he's just 21 years old. So at the very least, he's someone to keep an eye on because he's so young. And Scotty B. Cards that guy does a lot. He does a lot of deep dives into minor leaguers and prospects and stuff. So that's good to watch. But anyway, so tell me what you thought. What do you think of the ARCR, the Average Rookie Card Rankings, 2025 Top Series 1? Or anybody you disagreed with, you think should be higher, should be lower? Did we all miss on somebody? Let me know in the comments below. Whatever you do, obviously we're all waiting for Top Series 2. We're looking for some good rookies to come out of that, like Roki Sasaki, Jackson Jobe. He should be pretty good. He's got Rookie of the Year candidacy written all over him for the American League. Thomas Sagizi, we'll see. We got some guys coming that should be pretty good for a second series. But right now it's all about Series 1. Let me know in the comments. Whatever you do, have a happy hobby.